What's up, you guys? Awan Groundwalker here on another display. I know you guys are like, holy cow, he's been grinding a lot lately, but I have, and I'm super happy with the way this one specifically is coming out. I'm happy with most of my displays I've been doing, but I'm happy with this one for the most part. I feel like the posing is a little, it's not as good as it could be, specifically with Bullseye. I feel like he should wrap his arms tighter around Murdoch's neck, but I've been trying to get it as tight as I can with his elbow and stuff, and it just hasn't been working, and I don't know why. I haven't been, he just wants to go back to the way he was. So I'm trying to improvise as much as I can with it, and trying to get it as close as I can to what I want it to be. But either way, I'm pretty happy with this set. So let's talk about this set. We're gonna do a tour first because I don't want the Ulanzi dying and you guys not being able to see. So there's a Ulanzi backlighting Bullseye, so let's turn it off for now. So I can use it later on this display. So just taking a look, we got Bullseye obviously posed, right? He's got his legs between Murdoch's arms. He's kind of, basically cracking his back up while Murdoch's legs are on the floor. Murdoch's like, he's a face. He's like, oh God, he's obviously angry. We have this cutout going on. I believe it's attached by the 2 exclamation points at the top to Murdoch's chest, or Daredevil's chest. I don't know, I keep calling him Murdoch. And so I really like how that looks. I rimmed that last night, so that was very interesting, but I'm happy with the way it came out. I don't think I blotched at all, any of it, so that looks really good. And then we got a little flower pot knocked over. We got, Daredevil's kind of soup crate. It's kind of from the show, but, it's actually, this isn't really from the show. It's a Muppets prop, but we have a crate there. We have a picture frame that's kind of bent over. That's just attached with some sticky tack from Hobby Lobby. We have our couch with a pillow and, our nightstand, and then we have just a couple, a grocery magazine, a little box there, and a little box here. The box here specifically is hiding Bullseye's foot because I really don't like the way that foot's posed. It's very unrealistic in my opinion, so I wanted to hide that, so hopefully that's getting that job done. And we got 2 red lights, one in both windows, illuminating kind of the inside and the plastic, and then we got that white light that's on the dimmest setting it can be, so it's barely hitting the top of that, and then we got our 2 diffuse lights up front, kind of illuminating the cutout and Bullseye. So yeah, a very simple set in terms of the lighting and in terms of just everything else. Nothing is too special, too crazy about this. This is something you guys could easily do. The cutout again is not necessary. If I didn't have the cutout, I'd probably be zoomed into here. But since I have the cutout, I'm trying to get it all in frame, so I'm zoomed out to about here, which I like. And yeah, guys, so I've been getting a lot of love lately, but also not a lot of love. It's been very odd, and the reason for that is my like count has been very low compared to where it's been in the past, which is very odd on both Instagram and Facebook, because it's just crazy because stuff that I've done that's vanilla and very it's not my best work at all has gotten to 150 likes on Instagram. Then the work that in my opinion and a lot of others is my best work that I've been coming out with lately has been getting 50 likes, a little more than that. So it's very odd because again the weird thing is the likes are low but the comments are high. I'm getting a lot of comments specifically on Facebook and Instagram. I'm getting a lot of story shares on Instagram, a lot of people putting it on their story, commending me how awesome it is. And so it's very odd that my like count's not reflecting that, but honestly, again, I will always stress this to everyone. That's not where your head should be when you're doing this type of art. You should be thinking about, wow, how can I, improve as an artist? The likes don't count, it's what I enjoy doing. But you shouldn't have that approach when it comes to advice, because I know a lot of people are like, it's art and I love doing what I love to do, and so I'm not gonna get upset by anyone critiquing my stuff, and I'm just gonna shoot, and that's great. That's a good mindset to have. You do your art for what you love, right? That's the reason you do your art, not to satisfy anyone else. It's just because you love to do it, and likes shouldn't matter to you. But if you're getting constructive criticism, you shouldn't have that same mindset of, oh, I'm not gonna listen to you because I'm just fine with what I'm doing. I just like what I'm doing. You will like it, I promise, if you listen to criticism and improve based on what you're hearing. A lot of people hate hearing criticism, specifically people who join ACBA, they get criticism oh my God, I don't need this. Why are you guys so harsh on me? It's we're not being harsh, we're just giving you advice so you become a better artist. And so it's a very fine line between, not getting, and I still let likes get to me sometimes. I'm like, dang, I wish I got more likes on this photo, whatever. but I'm not to the point where I'm like, I can't believe I'm getting no likes, I don't even want to post anymore, there's no point to, you know what I mean? Like, that's how some people feel when they don't get likes. So it's very up and down. But yeah, so I'm really happy with this setup, guys. Be on the lookout for more posts from me, more reviews coming. Shutterbugs podcast will be filming twice next week, we're hoping, with 2 new guests, which will be pretty awesome. I will be still displaying, posting once a day, hopefully on Instagram, because I have a lot of inspiration. I've just been shooting and loving it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are alerted anytime a new episode of Shooting Figures like this, or anytime a review or Shutterbugs podcast episode comes out. Hit that notification bell so you know. And go follow my Instagram, link in the description below, where you guys can follow that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you later. What's up, you guys? Awan Groundwalker here with a part 2 or part 1 of a Shooting Figures episode. I don't know, I haven't edited some Shooting Figures in a while. You guys have probably seen the edited Shooting Figures episodes, you know, because they've been coming out, but I'm filming this with still being on like episode 14 being on YouTube. So I don't know if I'm going to splice this in with a second video or with a video, or it's just going to be its own video, but I think I'll splice it in because really, honestly, you know, it's not a huge setup. But yeah, I really love this set. Or not this set, I guess this idea. So just a little update on Summer Shots and just my displaying in general. So Summer Shots has started, as I've told many of you guys. The first theme was Summer Slams, and then I'm shooting this on Tuesday, July 1st, I believe, or Wednesday, July 1st, and on Friday or Saturday comes Girl Power, and then, 2 weeks after that, we got the team shot type of deal, and then on August 7th, I believe, or something like that, they do the judging, or it's announced, the winner's announced. They don't do the judging, but the winner's announced. And I'm already both themes of Summer Shots done, the first 2 at least. I still have the third to work on, but I got now, 3-ish? No, 2. Technically got 5 weeks to work on that if I want to, but I'll probably get it done sometime in the next week or so, but you never know. And, I've been shooting stuff, but since you're not supposed to post what you have for the theme until the theme's time, I might shoot, a team shot in a week, and then I might be like, I have a better idea for a team shot. I'll just post this one as a normal photo and then do the other team shot. Like, that might happen, so I don't know. But what I did for both those themes, which I believe I did Shooting Figures on for both those episodes, but we did for Summer Slams, the first theme, which I posted yesterday, I did Spidey barreling over some goons and then coming down and hitting one into the ground. So that's Summer Slams. I used to cut out Wham for that one. And then for the second theme, Girl Power, I did a 6-part panel series of Wasp basically shrinking and dodging some bullets and then hitting these guys and taking out a group of Hydra goons. So you're probably wondering, what the heck is this display? Well, it actually is for a theme. I talked about it for a while, but there was 4 themes leading up to Summer Shots for the month of June. There was Scientist, there was, here, let me look at the list real quick. No Cure for Stupidity, Scientists, Weightlifting, and Loner. Those were the 4 themes. So for Loner, I did Punisher basically taking on an army of guys by himself, very portrait style. Then for Scientist, I did the leader with Hulk in his lair in his laboratory saying he's the best. For Weightlifting, I did Deadpool lifting weights. He drops one on his foot and gets injured. And then for the, I hadn't, I will say, done the stupid, I guess, the Stupid Decisions theme, which is just basically like heroes and villains making stupid decisions that ends up, causing a lot of trouble. And as you can tell, this is that theme, obviously with Ant-Man or Hank Pym and Ultron. So basically what this is going to be, it's a 2-part panel, where, the focus is on Hank Pym and he's like looking at Ultron's head like, thank God that's over, and then the zoom's going to shift and zoom to Ultron, and I use some light painting using some lasers to light up his head, and so then it'll be like, psych, he's still alive. And it's basically based off Earth's Mightiest Heroes. There's a scene after they first defeat Ultron where Hank's like, I can't believe this, and he's like throwing all the Ultron stuff away, and then Ultron fires back up, so that's what it's basically themed after. So we're working on well, I guess technically all ACBA is miniature, but a laboratory setting. Pretty basic. This isn't anything too complicated in terms of me. Like my leader set was way more complicated as a laboratory than this. We got a yellow backdrop with my my flat light lighting it pretty evenly and nice. We got Ultron props wise. We have a lot of Minimates props. I got this Ghostbusters. Oh God, what's the company makes it? It's a Ghostbusters set. It's Minimate scale, but it came with a lot of props like these test tubes and that keyboard and camera and green jar and even this little, you know, heart rate type of monitor there. So I just kind of threw those into here. The TV's from Hobby Lobby, the desk is from a Diamond Select figure, Ant-Man's lab coat is from GPS Lot, and then those the ones with like switches back here are both from the Muppets. The chair is from Diamond Select, similar to the desk, and then the big two back there is from an Incredible Hulk toy. And it's on a hardwood floor, by the way, that Tom made me. The only reason why it's on the hardwood floor, not on just the white ground, is because one, I wanted to be a little higher, and two, I needed to be higher so that way that LED strip in the back that's lighting up the backdrop is hidden. It's underneath the foam. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with this setup. I can't wait to see how the final product will look. Again, this is for the, like, you know, scientist theme, so this isn't a summer shots theme, but it's something I wanted to do, and I was like, I wanted to get, you know, those 4 themes done and all the summer shots themes done, and I was like, how can I go about, you know, I didn't have an idea for a while on the No Cure for Stupidity, but then I watched a lot of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and I was like, why not take, because in the description, it literally says, you know, one of the examples is like, for example, Hank Pym creating Ultron, and I'm like, why don't I just do something like that, but based off Earth's Mightiest Heroes? So I decided to do that. So it's been pretty awesome. I've had a lot, I have a lot of cannon fodder almost. I have a lot of ammunition to pump out any of the days that I want to take a break from displaying, which so far has been none, because I love doing it. But I do have a lot of, you know, I have a Bruce Wayne photo I need to post, Earth's Mightiest Heroes Minimates I need to post, this shot I'm going to need to post, I'm forgetting about 1 or 2 of them off the top of my head. What are the 1 or 2 that I'm forgetting about? Because that's only 3 that I have as, I guess, ammunition to post whenever I want to. But I feel like I'm forgetting another one. I don't know. Oh, and then the so we have, right, we have this scientist one, the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Bruce Wayne, and then we have a Daredevil Bullseye one I shot today, which is probably the part 1 of this video you saw, so I have that as well. So I got 4 photos to post whenever I want to, which is super cool. I have a feeling I'm gonna end up doing the Hank Pym set tomorrow, today's Wednesday, tomorrow, and then on Thursday, probably tomorrow, and then Friday doing the Daredevil versus, I'll probably do the Minimates one on Friday, the Daredevil one on Saturday, and then the Bruce Wayne on Sunday, because Bruce Wayne has to be Simple Sunday, you know, it's a portrait, it'll get featured probably for that, so that's when I want to post that. But the Saturday Solvo, I'm thinking, I don't know yet what I want to do for that, but I'll probably even, see, the thing is I just keep pushing back shots. You know, I've had this Minimate Earth's Mightiest Hero shot in my arsenal for the past now probably 3-4 days, but I keep shooting stuff I like a little more and want to post, specifically the summer shot stuff, so I just have been pushing it back, similar to how I'm going to push it back again for this display here. So we'll see what I do with it, but yeah. What's going on, you guys? Awan Groundwalker here with another display right now, another episode of Shooting Figures. We got Gordon here waiting on Batman. I'm debating just tossing Batman in the background, but I feel like that'd be a little odd. Here's Batty. Here's Batman, not Batty. Looking good. I don't know why I just put him in there, but yeah, I really like this display. I'm shooting very, very, very high up. I'll take you off the tripod just so you can see how high up we are shooting. But there's the tripod. Quite high, as you can tell. We've got a purple light here accenting Gordon, and the bat sign has like neon. This yellow Ulanzi and yellow light here are kind of accenting Gordon as well. This is giving a little white light to not make it all yellow light over there. We've got the bat signal light, and then that's really it, besides this overhead white light that's, you know, making sure that Gordon still stays very visible the whole time. Obviously we have some props on the ground, as you can see, and then we have my fire escape that I created for one of my rooftop dioramas a while back. So that's, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this, honestly. I I really am. I'm happy with how this looks. The meanwhile cutout works. I might take, let's take it out for right now. Just shoot this without the meanwhile cutout just to see if that's better or worse or how that works. Because I already got all the shots I need with the meanwhile cutout, so I can put it away. That was the only cutout. I went through all mine and I was like, which ones work? And that was the only cutout I felt like it actually kind of made sense. So that's mainly why I shot that cutout, because it's like, it's like meanwhile, it's like it cuts from Batman to Gordon, and Gordon's just like, standing there, just waiting on Batman still. So yeah, pretty happy with this set. I'm gonna continue shooting it and then we'll see what happens. Okay guys, we got our part 2 of this shooting figures episode. You saw Gordon display earlier where we were shooting extremely high up, and now we're just back on the ground. I'm actually really happy with this display. I feel like the cutout isn't the best it could be, but that's really not my fault. Again, I acquired most of my cutouts. Oh my god, voice cracks, dude. I acquired most of my cutouts. Jesus, I can't talk. I acquired most of my cutouts through Jake Legit, aka Force Photos, who said he was going out of ACBA. So he had a huge sell. He sold dioramas, props, figures, accessories, and cutouts, and just a lot of the ACBA stuff. And I was fortunate enough to I turned on my notifications because he was having this huge sale for really good prices. And I was fortunate enough to turn on my notifications, and I saw the post right away, and I messaged him right away because he had about 6 cutout packs for an extremely amazing deal. It was $40, and I was like, there's no way I can pass up on this. It's catching up on basically all the cutouts I've missed over the past, about 4 or 5 years. So I ended up getting them all, and again, I still make my own cutouts. Whether it's creating them in Photoshop, like actually writing out the speech bubbles, or if it's actually finding the text or whatever bubbles or sound effects off of comic books and then printing them out and cutting them. So I do both ways. And fortunately, my process lately has been basically just like the normal cutouts, which I'll show you right now. I'll show you an Aiden cutout versus a ACBA cutout, or just like a really good comic book cutout. So real quick, go over these. So I created this cutout because I needed one for my Black Widow, because my Black Widow really didn't have a good cutout. So let's adjust the focal point here to like right where the gun is. So here's mine that I created, and here's ACBA's. So I'll just, not saying I'm better than them in any way, but I'm saying I got good so I can make my own. Again, obviously the font's a little different, the size is a little different, but the font's really not different. The size is different, and the quality of print. This is, the top one's off of just my, normal printer at home, versus the bottom one being off of an industrial printer. Most likely, I have no clue for sure. But point being, I'm pretty happy with my technique. So I've become able to make my own, which is cool. Which I feel like a lot of ACBA artists should know how to do, because it is amazing to get the cutouts from ACBA, and I highly recommend you support them. With all their cutouts, an ACBA cutout pack just dropped that I should have ordered. I'm recording this before it happens, but you guys will see it after it happens. But it's a G.I. Joe themed set, so hopefully you guys picked yours up. I'm gonna try to pick mine up. But anyway, support ACBA every single time they do it, because it's pretty hard to get that kind of quality. They do an amazing job. However, you should try to learn how to do it for the most part a little bit, so that way if you really need a cutout for display, you can make one on the fly. It's always nice, but it requires a lot of patience, a lot of skill, so it's not always the easiest thing to do, and not everyone has the patience for it, so that's why it's like, meh. But yeah, so talking about this display real quick, we have an in plain sight flight stand. I'm pretty sure you can guess where it is. It's holding up the cutout. It's basically, the way it's in plain sight is it's in plain sight with the window frame, because obviously there's these 2 window frames, and the flight stand is blending with that second one to make it look like it's just a part of the window frame, when it's actually a flight stand. And then Joker's arm on the chair, and where Joker's positioning is there. 1, because the cutout obviously has to be by his head, but 2, mainly because his arm blocks where the stand would normally keep going past the window, and you'd be like, oh, it's a stand rather than the window, but his arm is perfectly placed where it stops right before the window stops, so it looks like that can be easily the window frame rather than a flight stand. So that's why it's there. This Joker head was done by Ryan Folsom. I should have talked about it probably in another video. I don't know if I did, but it looks amazing. It was basically, I'll tell you the story behind it. God, I cannot talk today. I read the Killing Joke book, and I had been reading a lot of Batman and comics and TV and stuff, and I really wanted a lot of options with my Joker. I basically have my Mezco Joker, and that's it. And I only had the regular version, so it came with 2 heads, you know, a very like sleeked back smiling head, and then a ruffled up laughing head. I was like, those are great heads, but I want the Killing Joke hat look. I want, you know, the beat up Joker look. Like, basically the heads that came with the deluxe Joker, but that Joker is like $400, so there's no way I was getting it. So I was looking, and I saw this guy was casting the deluxe heads, and I was like, okay, if I pick those up, I can get someone to paint them for me, and then I can use them with my Joker. So I got them, and for, I swear, like probably like 3 months, I didn't even ask anyone. They were just sitting in little containers. And then I finally found someone to do it, Ryan Folsom. And then another month or 2 goes by, and I didn't ship it to him, and I finally shipped to him. He literally got them done probably in like 2 days, 2 or 3 days, and shipped them right back to me, and they look amazing. I am so happy with them. I mean, honestly, I think it might even look better than the stock version. You guys just wait till you see the beat up head for Joker. It looks insane, like way more beat up than the stock head. So I'm super happy about it. It adds so much more basically playability to my Joker to really get him into these different scenes, different characters, and make him look really good. So I'm super happy about it. And yeah, just talking about the set real quick, just kind of what's going on with it. The table and the TVs are actually both from this Arkham Origins game, like basically prop piece. It came on like a hardwood floor. The table was glued down. The TVs were like glued down, and there was wires in them that made them light up. But I basically just ripped off the table. A lot of the legs fell off, so I had to hot glue them back together. And then I took off the TVs and cut the wires so they're all separate. So I'll show you guys this set now that, you know, you have that backstory. So here's the table. Again, hot glued the legs back together, so it's just a normal table, which looks pretty cool. There's a cool briefcase with money on it. I think it's just a really good table to use for like the Joker, you know, henchmen that are doing this. Next, you have this set of TVs, this set of TVs, and that set of TVs. All were, again, attached to the base, but I basically just ripped them off, as you can see, kind of underneath, and took out the wires, and now I can move them however I want to around a set. So yeah, so I'm basically just using that, and I just have Joker on a chair right here, and then this table. Oh, and this goon that you see, he's wearing GPS lock clothing. This is actually Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I got 3 WWE figures: Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and then I forget who the last one is. And I got a set of GPS lock clothing, and then I already had the rest that I wanted. And I basically just outfitted them all in GPS lock clothing, so that way I can basically use them as goons, basically, with it, because Marvel Legends, as well as a lot of just basic figure companies, never give us figures with animated faces, you know, with angry faces. They make exceptions, you know, we got angry face with Hulk and Bullseye and a couple others, but mainly we never get anything that works with a civilian, you know, with a thug that Batman or Daredevil or Spidey's punching or beating down. So it's like, how do we in ACBA sell that these guys are actually getting hit, because we can't just show them getting punched with like a vanilla face. It doesn't really make sense. So there's been a lot of import alternatives, mainly WWE figures, which is why I purchased 3, plus they're a lot cheaper than other figures. I know Bug Nice or Bug ACBA that uses the Downtown Duo SH Figure Arts figures. They're two I guess they're 2 like hosts of a game show, I think, or something like that. I don't really know the background, but I was looking into them because they have some great angry faces. But then I was like, I only found them for like $200 together on eBay, maybe even more. So it's like, there's no point in getting, like, that is so much money. So then I realized WWE figures are a pretty good idea. Bogue used heads on like Mafex and SHF bodies, but I was like, why not just put cloth clothing on them? And, you know, should be, and then I can use them with Mezcos and stuff. So that's what we're doing. So that's why The Rock's only in here, because he was one of the closest figures I had. You know, I could have put in Mezco Punisher, Netflix Punisher, like there's a ton of other characters I could have put in, but I wanted, yeah, well, I didn't want, I just literally pulled them right next to me, but still looks good. Super happy with the set. I'm gonna try changing out the cutout to something else. I like Oh Sweet Christmas because Joker's like, you know, he says stuff, and I've been watching, you know, Joker's famous for Christmas time, you know, shenanigans, so that's why I have it on there, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it. Again, I'll probably try to switch out the cutout and see how this goes. I'm going to try to do at least one more display today. I took a break off yesterday. Well, I didn't really take a break. I went to the beach yesterday with some friends, and so I didn't really get the chance to shoot yesterday. I was exhausted when I came back and sunburned, and I really didn't feel like it. And today, I was lacking motivation probably the first long time of today. Like when I sat down here, I opened up the WWE figures, I posed them, and then I was like, what am I gonna shoot, right? Like I literally am not inspired to shoot anything right now. And after, you know, just sitting and doing that, I realized I did want to shoot, and more importantly, I wanted to, like, I started having ideas again because, you know, the ACBA themes, as amazing as they are, once you start like just thinking about the themes, once you are done with the themes, you're like, okay, what next? You know what I mean? It's like, gosh, I literally just feel like I spent all my time just because I did, you know, I went for the 4 themes before Summer Shots and then 2 of the themes in Summer Shots. So I was like, boom, I gotta get this thing done. I felt like I was getting inspired, but in reality I was just doing the themes, and then after is really when the challenge begins. That's when you gotta be like, okay, now what do I want to shoot? Because I don't have people selecting what I'm gonna shoot for me. I have to do it myself. And that's when the real challenge happened for me. And so today I was faced with that. I was like, what am I gonna shoot? Because I have everything done. I was like, okay, there's a couple things I did. And what I started with was actually a bite of one of Simon Hill's shots. And you're probably like, okay, what the hell does that mean? Or like, I really don't understand or whatever. And so I'll just explain it real quick. But basically a bite is when you take one of something another artist done, mainly a photo that another artist has done, and you basically do it yourself. In, you know, maybe a little different way, but it's basically the same photo, just your style on it. So, I'm pretty good friends with Simon and, or Plastic Snaps, however you guys want to say it, who's one of the biggest photographers in the game, but he was, me and him were talking, and I was like, you know what I really want to do is I want to take your, Joker with the hat on, like in his whole getup, in the alley saying, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I was trying to remember the line from the first Batman movie. Or I guess the Keaton movie. But anyway, and Simon said that'd be awesome. And then I was like, yeah, I want to try it with the Mezco Joker because Mezco Joker probably looks a little better photographing rather than a, you know, a plastic one, but also, you know, it depends. So it's like, I'd just like to see if I could do it. And so that was a while ago, like a pretty long time ago. And, you know, it's been quite a bit of time since then. And I was like, okay, that's a good place to start today is, you know what, just do that and see how it goes. So I did, and I was actually pretty happy with it for the most part, but then it led to just more inspiration. I was like, after that, I was like, okay, I want to try doing Joker in the Rain. Okay, next I want to do this and this and this, and it just kept getting on, and I'm pretty happy with basically how it ended up turning out after that. You guys are probably wondering why I took the cutout off. I'm trying to find another cutout that might work a little better. See, we have Muhaha. This puts a smile on my face is way too big, so we can't use that one. I'm looking at Muhaha. See, I don't want Muhaha anymore, which it sounds weird when I keep saying it, but I don't want that one anymore because I just, okay, well, this is unfortunate. I'm gonna mouth these to myself for a moment. What the? You okay, sir? Our location was compromised. Take move. Oh, you're in. Super effective. I'm the best at what I do. Are you done? Be very careful. Well, master you, sir. If we don't kill, not if we have to, I will shoot. Don't test me all. No, no. I don't believe it. On your left, you shall meet your end. And then the world, bloody hell. What does that say? Something like samurai. Destroy them. Destroy them's not bad. But I feel like he's like greeting this guy, you know what I mean? Get this man to hold the line. No. See, I don't have any ha-has, so I think actually tonight I'm gonna create some ha-ha, like actually laughing Joker cutout. I think I'm gonna do that because I feel like that'd be a really fun project to do tonight. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other cutouts that would work, but I want to try. There's gotta be one more I can try. I thought I saw one that I wanted. guess we could try, I feel like that's too tiny. No, and it doesn't suit his smiling face. This puts a smile on my face is way too big, right? Yeah, like we can't put it all the way the hell up here. It looks way too big anyway, so we're not gonna do that one. It's mainly meant for Thanos. Moo ha 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 ha. I'm gonna try this one real quick, might as well. And then I'll see which one looks better when I ask around. So let's put this one up here real quick. Again, you guys are getting the whole behind the scenes basically of how the process works. So we're gonna put this like right here, I guess. Yeah, that works. Adjust it. Okay, how's that look? Obviously it's off, so in fact it needs to be raised. That's the first thing. Is that a good height? Yeah, it's a good height right there. Okay, we're gonna get it parallel to the frame. Always get your speech cutouts parallel to the frame of the camera. Okay, so first of all, it needs to come up more. Position needs to change drastically. Okay, I think like right there. How's that look? Oh, that's pretty good. It needs to go a little to the right a hair. Ooh, I like that. No, right there. Let's try that. How's that? Better. Probably as good as we're gonna get, to be quite honest. Let me try to move it a little bit more to the right by getting up. Just a hair. So we're gonna move the TV. Okay, how's that look? Nope, too far. Damn. Okay, so we gotta move back. Move back now, y'all. On top this time. I feel like that's too far again. Oh, I think that's perfect. I think we got it. So now, put this back. This looks pretty good to me. And so mainly the next thing I'd probably do is adjust the f-stop to reflect what I want it to reflect. In this case, I'd want it to reflect. Oh my god, I can't talk. Oh, that's where this went. Good to know. I just found something in my pocket. But normally you want the f-stop to be higher if your cutout's not directly parallel to the figure. What I mean by that is if it's not in the same plane as the figure, then obviously it's not going to be in the same focus. So as you can see, Joker is pretty much the focus of this shot right now, and the cutout is just a tad blurry. You can still read what it says, but it's just a tad blurry. However, if you put the f-stop to maybe 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, in that range, it's going to allow the focus to have a greater depth of field, so it will be able to focus not only on Joker but also the cutout, making it more clear, which is something we want in this case. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna shoot this and see how it goes, and then get back to you guys. In terms of lighting, talk about that real quick. This is basically a 4-light setup, but it can be 5 if you really want it to be. There's a yellow light on the left. You can barely see what it's doing, but it's doing a little bit. You have the purple light obviously hitting both windows as well as backlighting Joker, and then our 2 white lights up front that I always use no matter what display I'm doing, that are just white lighting basically the whole scenery softly. And then you have 1 light up coming from above, obviously my bar light, which is what I'm gonna start calling that. That's basically on half brightness, maybe even less, and it's pretty far away, so it's really not doing much, if at all doing anything, but it's still there, so that's why I bring it up. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep shooting this, keep seeing what I like, maybe do an alternative where like Joker shot the guy, or like he's like, you know, planning on the table something with blueprints, I don't know, but I'm pretty happy with how this looks. Anyway guys, thank you guys for watching. This has been an episode of Shooting Figures with both parts. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Again, we're trying to grow the channel as much as we can. Go follow my Instagram, link in the description below. All you gotta do is click the link and you can follow it. You can like all my photos. You can kind of get up-to-date progress on reviews, on what I'm picking up, on any photos I'm releasing, just stuff that's coming out, Shutterbugs podcast. So please go follow the IG. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.